Brodes Media.
This is what I'm constantly hearing, and I can't agree with it. I don't agree with it at all. So what I'm hearing is we should be rooting for the Eagles to lose so change can happen. So Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman get Nick Sirianni out of town, and they get Brian Johnson to a different city, whether he ends up taking a job in Carolina, taking a job with Tennessee. Now he's getting interviewed for these places. It's not sealed, locked, and delivered, and he's just got to accept it or not. I don't know if I made it out to be that way. It's not the case. He's speaking to other teams, though, and it is what it is. I know that Eagles Twitter's having fun with it, saying, oh, this is the most creative mind in the world, and then tagging the Panthers, so they definitely hire him. I'm so worried about myself, and I say that meaning Eagles. I'm so worried about the Eagles and what they are and who they are that I can't even focus on who the Panthers are hiring. And I know it directly impacts the Eagles, but I just can't do it. I can't get there. There's so much wrong with Sirianni, the guy who's more important than the coordinator, Sirianni, that I'm so stuck on that angle, I can't even move off of it. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying I shouldn't put more of an emphasis on the coordinators. And, well, the OC's different because he's tied at the hip with the head coach and his offensive philosophy. So, yeah, the DC is sort of a head coach of the defense, and there's more willingness to rip that side of it. Regardless, here's where I'm at. I cannot root against the Eagles to lose. If they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and then go play the San Francisco 49ers, and it looks just as bad as it did against the Cardinals, against the Giants, and against some of these other teams, that win against Tampa Bay shouldn't be the difference in him keeping his job or not. Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie should, even prior to the game in Tampa, should have an understanding on do they want to move forward with this guy or not. There shouldn't be that much swinging based off of one football game. It's either you believe what he's selling or not. It's you think he could turn this around or not. And it's not really about what he did in the past. It's do you feel that he has what it takes to change the future? That's why I can't hold my hat on his track record, although there's nothing wrong with looking at somebody's resume. He's never been in this predicament before. He's never been in this problem. If I watched a head coach face adversity before, like Doug Peterson, if Doug Peterson was 5-7 after 12 games or 4-7, something horrendous, I've seen him rally the troops and go on a massive win streak. I've seen him go on an excellent run to end the season where the Eagles were the team that nobody wanted to face. Oh, the Rams, Sean McVay, no one wants to see that. No one wants to see some of these hot teams that are working some W's in January. I've seen Doug Peterson do that. Therefore, if he was coaching the Eagles hypothetically and they were 5-7 after 12, I can rely on that. Well, Nick Sirianni doesn't really have anything to show or to prove that he can get out of this funk. To be fair, he's never failed because he's never been in this opportunity before. So with this first crack at it, how can you possibly prove yourself if you've never had the chance to prove yourself before? It's a fair question. It is a fair question, and that's something that Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman have to debate internally when thinking about what their next decision is. The reason why I don't root for failure here is, one, I do believe that there's something to be said about being a sports fan, that we can't get lost in this. Either you're a Super Bowl champion or everything you do is a complete failure and screw you, and I'd rather go 0-16 than go 12-5 and make it to an NFC championship game and lose. There are people who feel like getting to the NFC championship game and losing would be worse than going 1-15 and then drafting somebody super high. I can't do that. So how about Nick putting his stones on the table? Oh, it's going to be a walkthrough. No, it's not, boys. Put on the pads. We're having practice. Now, that's a button pushed. We'll see if there's a response. That's him trying something different, I guess. That's him setting the tone, or at least attempting to. Now, let's go, boys. It's put up or shut up time at this rate. And that's only one way to go about it. Really, that's only the way to do it. And I really can't hear much more. I'm Mr. Press Conference, all right, if you're new here. It wouldn't surprise you if I do a whole 45-minute rant on somebody's comments at a press conference. Sometimes it does move the needle for me, and I get irritated. I'll start picking apart quotes. Did he say I or did he say we? Did he say this? Did he say that? It's like, bro, shut up, man. You are going way too deep into this, and I do that for sure. I'm at the point now with this team, shut up. And I know they're obligated to speak to the media, and they have to, so obviously they will. I'm just saying, I don't give a damn what you're saying, man, Patricia. I don't give a damn what you're saying, Nick, because there's one thing you have to do at this point to put this to bed. Is go win a football game and then go seriously do something against San Fran. And I've been on the record saying this. And once again, if I feel differently in the moment, then so be it. I can only speak about how I feel right now. If they were to put up a resilient effort against San Fran on the road after beating Tampa Bay, then I don't know if it necessarily means Sirianni loses his job. I have to see what it looks like. I got to see how it plays out. The reason I'm so heavy and so hostile on the he deserves to lose his job train is if it looks the same way against Tampa as it did against these other teams to end the season, because then it shows that he truly doesn't have the belief in everyone. It's playoff football. And if you can't get your team inspired to go play playoff football, and this isn't a lack of talent issue, you have significantly more talent on your roster than anything Tampa Bay has. So just from that aspect, you should be in position to win this game. You're favored, okay? You're not an underdog. So I don't want to hear about the underdog thing. You're favored. You are supposed to win this game. And it comes down to coaching in this one. You have to have Nick Sirianni out-coach Todd Bowles all week long. And if that's not happening, then you're not winning this football game. What I hope happens is this. It's not so much desperation, but it's meeting the intensity. It's playoff football now. There's no more resting on your morals. There's no more being convinced that you're safe because you have a playoff spot locked in, so it doesn't matter if you play some teams that you should beat. It's unacceptable at this rate. You have to perform. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Maybe there was a safety valve behind the squad because they knew that they were good. No, it pisses me off because you let a number one seed slip, and the analytics tell you if you have the number one seed and you have the bye and everything comes through your house, you have a way higher chance of reaching the ultimate goal. So because you decided, some bad teams are on our schedule, screw you. You ruined a big-time opportunity that could be the difference in you hoisting the Lombardi or not. I just wonder if if it kicks in. There's no tomorrow. You truly lose this game, and you are done. The season's wrapped up. Get out of here. And there's only a little bit of time left for Jason Kelce. Who knows how much time is left for some of these other vets? Do it for the fellas. Do it for the fellas that wore this jersey for a long-ass time, and they don't know how much time they got left to do it.